mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
To the 43, second down. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Herbert, they'll find Everett there, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 41. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Hit and drop behind the line by Dre Greenlaw.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. It's Eckler again. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
Here we go.
Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Lance throwing out wide for Samuel. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
First down, San Francisco, the pickup, 14 yards.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
On the set. Watch out now. 50 series. Ready?
First down, and they go right back to Davis Price. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The Niners at 5-3 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
52 blaster. Ready.
Second down, here's Davis Price. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Let's go.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Davis Price on 1st and 10. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And now they'll throw with Lance. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
Give to Davis Price up the middle here. Down to about the 32.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here we go.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
65.
2nd down, and again it's Davis Price. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. And I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
Ready?
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. Lance finding Kittle. 1st down, San Francisco.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
Okay, ready?
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Cut.
On the option, running left is Lance. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Let's go now. Cut.
Jackson is in. Touchdown 49ers. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, Most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Charger drive about to get going. Their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now, look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Come on, set. Quick, yellow.
They run on first down with Jackson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Play action. Now it's Lance. Right side caught by Jackson. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deion Jackson. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Gould with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Charger drive about to get going. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Herbert eluding the pressure right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front, the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Hopkins' kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now.
So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for them and with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. The Lance going to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Jordan Brooks with it.
Wait a second, they declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how any time you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
Eckler, they run left side, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32.
That's Javon Kinlaw busting through, and he sticks him behind the line.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. And some space here. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd and goal, Herbert. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Drake Jackson. And the 49ers are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
3-3. Ready?
They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6.
A tackle made by J.T. Woods.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
On the ready.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Ready.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
Here we go. Set.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
You yellow.
To throw, it's Lance. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. They'll try the right side with Eckler, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now that play's stopped by Drake Jackson. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. Room here to run. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Ready, break.
Once more, here's Eckler. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19. So they still get the completion even though the blitz was on. But the blitz got there. Does that stay in the mind of the quarterback the next couple plays?
That's what you're hoping for. That's what you're planning for. It's a little risk reward, right? You're leaving your guys on an island back there in man coverage. But you take the chance that you get to the quarterback, and so he gets completion here. Congratulations. Keep coming at it, and hopefully it pays off by the end of the game that you're starting to get to him while still able to cover on the back end. Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are back within a couple of the lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet, or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And the lead is cut to 1 at 14-13.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. How about that for a little jolt right before intermission?
I'm talking about taking momentum into the half with you, and so many teams have an emphasis on trying to score in the last 2 minutes of a half to carry that with them. It's not often talked about scoring on defense, though. That's extra mo.
And now they may take the lead into the locker room as well. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll make this a 6-point game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Set, ready.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Let's go.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down.
Hey, green.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The Chargers trot out their dime package, expecting a throw on third down. Lance looking to throw it. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
Down. Smash, red. Green jack. Claws red. Grill green.
Here's Lance to throw it. This one caught by Kittle. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 30. So we have reached halftime. Intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports.
Let's go now.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Second down, and again it's Davis Price. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run.
Here we go.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Now a give. It's Jackson. They find some open field here. And they will finally drag him down at the Chargers 20. 52 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. Trailing here in the 3rd, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
Blue check. Opposite. Green. Ready?
They run again with Jackson.
Nasir Adderley that time making the tackle.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Ready.
From the 16, Lance. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers are an extra point away from taking the lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. The Charger drive about to get going. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense. Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Now a give running left is Eckler. Pushes past him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is first and 10 at the 48-yard line. On the give, this is Eckler. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up second and 12. A give, Eckler running to the right. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
On second down, Eckler. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a third and long situation coming up.
Got ready?
Out of the gun, Herbert. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up fourth down. They snap it to Herbert. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down. What a time for his first catch. Conversion on fourth. So the drive stays alive after the fourth down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. It's Eckler again. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 88 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield, too.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. A handoff, it's Eckler. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Going on the ground with Eckler, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A field goal gets him the lead, but they'll risk it here on 4th and goal. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So on comes the kicker, Dustin Hopkins, in a big spot. This for a 4th quarter lead. Hopkins' kick is good, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Here we go, set.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Here we go.
Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Check pink. Set.
Drive starts with a run by Davis Price. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On the give, here comes Jackson. And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Let's go.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now Lance. Now Lance throws the interception. His 3rd.
Jordan Brooks with it. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Let's go. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Herbert. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Ready up. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Eckler now between the tackles. 102 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Okay, ready? So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Ready, ready.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Yellow, line, ready.
2nd down, another carry for Jackson. No, bottled up. Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose and picked up by the Chargers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Now Herbert following the turnover. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
If they're able to come back to tie or win this game, I think this is a play that we're going to look back on as the game changer. They really changed the tone and what the opposition wanted to do when they're trying to run some time off the clock and add to its lead late in this contest.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down.
Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They'll start with Davis Price on the ground. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
It looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Ready.
Here they come, 2nd and 10 now from the 10. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39.
Well, every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there.
Ready, set. Field, black.
Lance back to throw. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Trying to squeeze it in there at this stage of the game. You got to take some chances. Nice job to knock it away, though.
You're so right. Understanding where they are in the game, you've got to take that opportunity and maybe thread the needle. Unable to get it done there.
Let's go now.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Now Lance.
And he comes back with one complete.
And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
560.
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Here we go.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Lance looking to throw. Pass complete, Samuel.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Go. Black shot. Drill, 52.
Here's Lance.
And he's got his big wide receiver complete.
Needle blue. Ready?
They'll look to throw.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
Picked off by Bryce Callahan. 30, 20. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire